Hi friends, in today's video tutorial, we would study how to prepare this house layout in AutoCAD. Before we start with the drafting, let us spend some time in analyzing this geometry and trying to see how we'll proceed with the drafting. After studying this drawing carefully, first thing which I come to know is that the units of measurement is feet and inches. So let us come to our AutoCAD and let us first change the units of measurement to feet and inches. So in the command line, I will type the command units and hit enter. Here in the type drop down, I'll select architectural. In the precision, I will select 1:4 and in the insertion scale, I'll select inches. Then I would click on OK. So our first thing is done, that is we have changed the units of measurement to feet and inches. Now the next thing which we would do is we would begin by drawing this inner rectangle, and the dimensions for the inner rectangle is 50 feet by 31 feet. So we'll click on the Home tab in AutoCAD in the Draw panel and select Rectangle. We'll click anywhere on the drawing board and give the length as 50 feet. Press tab and give the height as 31 feet and hit enter. So our innermost rectangle is now ready. Remember, we have drawn the innermost rectangles as per the dimensions given to us. After that, we want to draw one line which is 15 units from the lower right corner. So what we'll do, in the snap option over here, ensure that there is a check mark next to insertion. After ensuring that, we'll click on the Home tab, Draw panel and select line. Now we'll come to the bottom over here and we'll track it on the top like this, and we will give the distance as 15 feet and hit enter. So that becomes the starting point. Then I turn the ortho on and I will go inwards at a distance of 18 feet. So I type 18 feet and I hit enter. Then we go still further and give the distance as 10 feet, hit enter. And finally we give 22 feet and hit enter. And our bisecting line is now ready. Then again I use the line command and I'll draw one line from here and I will type perpendicular to this wall and I'll hit enter. Again I'll use the line command. I'll click over here and draw another line which would be perpendicular to this wall over here, and then I would hit enter to end the line command. Now I want to draw this kitchen. So for drawing this kitchen, we'll draw one line of 12 feet from the right corner. So I select the line, I bring my mouse over here and track it to the left. I give the distance as 12 feet and hit enter, and then go upward and just type perpendicular to this upper wall and I will hit enter. Now my basic geometry is complete. Now let us give thickness to the walls. Remember, the outer walls have a thickness of 10 inches and the inner wall have a thickness of 6 inches. So we'll use the offset command and we'll give first the thickness as 10 inches and hit enter. And then it is asking me to select the object to offset, that is the outer wall, and click on the outer side. So we get this wall, the outer wall. Then I'll press enter to come out of the offset command. Now we want to make these inner walls. Before that, also remember that there is one wall over here also, which we'll draw after we have offsetted this wall. So to draw the inner walls, again I type O for offset, and I give the offset distance as 6 inches because it's an inner wall. And then I click over here and I click on the upper side. I click over here, click on the upper side, click over here and click on the upper side. Then I hit enter. Now this line is there. I'll offset it upward to a distance of 10 feet. So again I type O for offset. Offset distance is 10 feet. Hit enter and then specify the side to offset. So I want to offset it to this side and my object gets offsetted over here. Now we have to also give thickness to these walls. So I'll press enter to come out of the offset command. Again type O for offset, and this time I give the distance as 6 inches as the thickness for the wall, and click over here and click on this side and click on this wall and click on this side and click on this wall and click on the upper side. Finally, this wall is also left, so click on this wall and click on this side. Hit enter to come out of the offset command. Now we'll do some cleaning for our drawing, that is these lines ought to be erased, the intersecting lines. So we will type TR for trim and we will erase these intersecting lines like this. Wherever you see this intersection, we'll erase those lines. And our basic geometry is now complete. Next, we will study how to create layers and how to create doors and windows in AutoCAD. Next, we will create layers in AutoCAD. So we'll click on the Home tab in the Layers panel and click on Layers Properties. In Layer Properties, we'll click on this icon which is New Layer, and we'll create the first layer and we'll title it as Doors and hit enter. We'll change the color of this layer to magenta and then click on OK. Again we'll click on Create New Layer and we'll create a second layer and we'll give it the name as Windows and hit enter and change the color of that layer to orange and then click on OK. Again we'll create a new layer and give the layer the name like Hatches, hit enter and change the color of that layer to fluorescent green and click on OK. One more layer we'll create and we'll give the layer the name like Text and change the color of that layer to a bright yellow color. Finally, we'll create one last layer and give it the name as Dimension, hit enter and change the color of that layer to pink and then click on OK. Now all our layers have been created Ensure that you have a check mark next to the layer 0 indicating that the layer 0 is the current layer. We'll click on this X mark to close the layer properties window. Also ensure that you see the layer 0 in the layer drop down in the layers panel. We will now begin by drawing the door 1 and door 2. Remember, there are two types of doors. This is the door 1 and this is the door 2. So we'll first begin by drawing this door. So we'll pan the drawing a bit to the right, and over here we'll create the door. Keep in mind that we are in the layer number 0 where we are creating this layer. We'll begin by using the rectangle tool, and we'll draw one rectangle like this, and we'll give the thickness as 3 inches and the height as 3 feet and hit enter. Then we'll draw another rectangle like this. We'll give the thickness as 3 inches and the height as 6 inches and hit enter. Then we'll move it using the move tool. We click on this object and we move it to this location over here. Now we'll draw one arc. So we click on the arc and we'll use center, start and end. So we click on this as the center point, this as the start point and this as the end point. Turn the ortho on so you get a perfect arc like this. Next we'll copy this small rectangle and we'll specify this as the displacement point and move it to this location and hit enter. Now our first door is ready. So let us create a block out of this. So we click on the home tab in the block panel and click on create a block. We give the block the name like door 1. Specify the pick point. So we click over here and we specify this as the pick point and select the objects. So we click on the objects this way and hit enter. And again click on OK. If you click over here, you can see that your door 1 block is created. Now we want to create the door 2 also. So we'll mirror this block. So we click over here and we select mirror and we click on this end and we click on this end and erase old object. No. Now we want to delete these two blocks of rectangles. So first we'll have to explode this. So select the first block, explode, select the second block, explode, then select this rectangle and delete, and then select this rectangle and delete. And now we want to create a block out of this. So you can go into the home tab, block panel and select create, and we'll give this the name like door 2 and pick point. We'll click over here and select the objects. We'll select this entire objects like this and we'll hit enter and we'll click on OK. So our second object is also created. So if you click over here, you can see door 1 is created and door 2 is also created. If you want the door 1 to be placed here, just click on insert, select door 1 and you can keep it here or anywhere close to your drawing. If you want to rotate it so that it matches this way, then just select this and select mirror, and in mirror You specify this point and this point and erase old object. Yes. So now it signifies this look over here. So why we are to ensure that the look matches the same? Because if it is this way, then every time I insert the block, it will come this way. So what we'll do, if we want to correct the blocks, then in that case, you have to first delete all references of the block from your drawing. So we'll click on this, we say explode, we click on both these drawings and we select explode. Now we want to delete these blocks and create them again. So we type purge and hit enter, and we put a check mark next to blocks and purge the checked items, purge all checked items and close it. Now you will see that your blocks are deleted. Now you can create a new block. So we give this block the name like door 1. Select the pick point. So this is the pick point, and select the objects. So this is the object selected and hit enter and click on OK. So you'll see our door 1 is created, which matches with these doors. And then same way we want this also. So create pick point, you specify this, select objects, click over here, hit enter and give this the name like door 2 and click on OK. So our two blocks are ready, door 1 and door 2. Now we'll also create two blocks for window 1 and window 2. Window 1 is for the inner walls, which is of 6 inches, and window 2 is for outer wall, which is of 10 inches thickness. So we click on the rectangle tool and we draw one more rectangle like this, and we give the length as 5 feet and the thickness as 6 inches and hit enter. Then we explode this. Then we press O for offset and give the offset distance as 1 inch and select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, side to offset. Press enter to come out of the offset command and press line and draw one line from midpoint of this to midpoint of this and hit enter. Your first window is now ready. In the same way, we'll create another rectangle and like this, and we'll give the width as 6 feet and the thickness as 10 inches and hit enter. X for explode, click on the object and hit enter. O for offset, and the offset distance is 2 inches, and select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, side to offset. Press enter to come out of the offset command. Press line and draw one line from midpoint of this to midpoint of this and hit enter. Now we'll create the two blocks. So select this object, click on create block, select the pick point. So for the window, we'll select the pick point as the midpoint of this and select the objects. We'll select this objects and hit enter and give it the name as window 1 and click on OK. Same way we have to create another block. So create block and we'll pick point and we'll give midpoint of this and select objects and we'll select these objects and hit enter and click on give a name to this like window 2 and click on OK. So our 4 blocks are created: door 1, door 2, window 1 and window 2. These are all created in the layer 0. Now we'll place the blocks one by one. So we will first click over here and activate the doors layer. Now the current layer is doors. Now we click on insert and select door 1, and it's asking us to specify the insertion point. So with reference to this point, we want to go inside 6 inches and hit enter. You can see the color of the door is changed to the color of the layer in which it is present, that is doors. Again we click on insert, again door 1, specify the insertion point. So with reference to this, we'll move down and then to the right 6 inches, hit enter. Second door is also created. And now the third door, again insert door 1, click over here, and with reference to this, you can see that the insertion point disappears because it gives preference to the end point and to the midpoint. So what we'll do, if something like this happens, click over here as the insertion point. And now click on this and move it downwards. From here, you move it downward. And here you can say perpendicular to this. And now select this and select move. With reference to this, move to the right 6 inches and hit enter. If it doesn't move to the right 6 inches, press Ctrl Z to undo it. And again, click over here. Before moving, turn the end point and the midpoint snap off. Now you select move, click on this point and move to the right 6 inches and hit enter. Now the 3 doors have been placed. Now one door is remaining over here. So again insert door 1, we click over here, and this we want to flip it to the right and then rotate it. So we'll select mirror, we click on the object, then we press enter. This is the first point. So you can go over here and turn the end point on, and then click over here and click over here and erase the old object. Yes. Now we will rotate this. So select this, select rotate, specify base point and give the rotation. Let's do again. Select the object, select rotate, select the object, press enter, specify the base point and then give the rotation angle. If you want, you can turn the snapping off. And now you can move it. So move this object, specify the base point, and you can say with reference to this, move upward 6 inches and hit enter. So this is also placed. And finally, now we have to just place the double door window. So we click on insert and select door, specify the insertion point. So insertion point, with reference to this, we move to the right. We give the distance something like with reference to this, we have to move to the right. You can see it is showing you the distance as well as you are moving to the right. So we'll give it as 11 feet and hit enter, and the double door is also placed. Now we have to do some cleaning in our drawing. So we'll use the trim, and we don't want these lines, and we don't want this connecting line, and over here also we don't want this line. Here also don't want this line, don't want this line, and here also. And our doors have been successfully placed. We'll press enter to come out of the trim command. Now we'll begin by placing the windows. So we'll select the windows layer first. Now we are in the windows layer, and we click on insert and select window 1 and specify the insertion point. So we want that it should come in the midpoint of these two, right in the center. So you can see it's snapping to the end, but we want it should come to the midpoint. So click over here and select midpoint. Again click over here, and now you can see that it snaps to the midpoint of this, and click over here. So the first window is placed. Now we want another window to be placed here. So again insert, again window 1, click here and rotate this window. So select rotation, click here, hit enter, specify the midpoint and rotate it, and then move it. So select move, click on this object, hit enter, specify the base point and specify the location to move. So we have placed the inner windows. Now we have to place the 4 outer windows. So again we click on insert, window 2, and we want it over here. But you can see we have to use the insertion point to move it here, and then over here we'll have to create a rotated window. So we select window 2, click it over here, and then rotate it, select the object, hit enter, specify the base point and rotate it, and then move it, select the object, specify the end point and move it here. Now you can see that it snaps to the midpoint over there, and we want that it should come here. So roughly we'll place it in the center here, like this. In case it gets snapped, then click on this and select move and specify this point and move it to the new location where you desire. And in the same way you can create a copy of this. So select this, copy, and click in the midpoint of this and move it upward over here. If it snaps, just be careful. So turn the snapping off, midpoint and end point, and then bring it over here. And then we'll move to the left and over here we want this, and all the windows have been placed. We'll press escape. This extra window will delete it, and the doors and windows have been successfully placed. Now remember the advantages of keeping the windows and doors in separate layers. Let me explain you that. We'll first delete these extra doors and windows. We'll first activate the layer 0. Now, if I do not want to see the doors, I can turn them off. If I do not want to see the windows, I can turn them off. If I want to see the windows, I can turn it on. If I want to see the doors, I can turn it on. So this is the advantage of creating blocks and placing them in separate layers in AutoCAD. Next, we will place some furniture to complete our drawing and follow it by dimensioning. Before we place the furniture, let us do hatching on the walls. So first we'll go in the Home tab. In the Layers panel, click on the Layer drop-down and select the layers titled as Hatches. After that, click on the Home tab, Draw panel and select Hatch. Now, after the Hatch menu opens up, select Solid. And then you can see that AutoCAD is prompting you to pick an internal point. So you can click anywhere inside the walls to hatch the walls. So all the closed surfaces in the wall get closed. So here you can close it. You can close this. And then you can click on Close Hatch Creation and our hatching is complete. Next, let us proceed with placing the furniture. In order to insert the furniture, we'll type a AutoCAD command called as AD center and then hit enter. From here, we'll double click on EN-US. From within this, we'll double click on Design Center. And then we'll double click on Home Space Planner. Then we would finally double click on Blocks. From here, we'll select all the blocks which we need. Example, we need a queen's bed. So we can insert that. Just click and drag it here. So queen's bed is inserted. And you can notice that the bed has got inserted into the hatches layer. So ensure that you click over here and click on the layer 0. Then click on this and insert this on layer 0. So press escape once, ensure that layer 0 is active. Now we have inserted the queen's bed. Now we want the other options like the furniture, etc. So this is our layout. This is the queen's bed on the side. And from here, let us select the sofa, a round back sofa. So we'll insert that round back sofa. And we'll insert 2 quantities of the round back sofa like this. Then we want a bathtub. So we'll scroll up and see whether there is a bathtub option here available. So you don't see a bathtub. However, you can see a plant which will require in 3 of the rooms. So we'll drag the plant also over here. Then let us see if the dining area is available. So this is the dining set. So we need the dining set also. So we drag the dining set also. So these are all the options which we get inside this. Now to get the furniture for the washroom, then we'll click on the foam icon. Again we'll double click on EN-US and again we'll click on Design Center. In Design Center, if you notice, in the last time we had clicked on Home Space Planner, now we are going to click on House Designer. Double click on Blocks and here you get the bathtub. So we insert the bathtub and we also need the toilet. So we need the toilet also. And we also need a sink. So we take a oval sink also over here. Finally, we need furniture for the kitchen. So again, we double click on Home, EN-US, Design Center, and double click on Kitchens. Double click on Blocks. So here, let us see, we want the door, we want the refrigerator. So we inserted the refrigerator, the top view. Then we want the cooktop. So let us take this as a cooktop. And we want a sink double. So we take the double sink also. Now let us close the AD center. Come back to our drawing and place the respective furniture in the respective rooms. We'll start with the queen's bed. So we'll first rotate it. So we click on rotate. We click on the base point and we turn the ortho on and rotate it. And then we move this. We press enter. We specify the base point and we move it. We turn the ortho off. And we move it over here. We keep some space on the side for the light. If you want to place it properly over here, select it, select move, and when it asks for the base point, you can select MID, midpoint of this, and where you want to keep it, you can say perpendicular to this, so it will stick and come to that location. So we have kept the queen's bed. Next, let's keep the plant. So we'll select the plant and we'll copy it. We'll specify the base point and move it to the new location over here and also over here and also over here. You can press escape to come out of this. Then let's take the sofa. And here you can see it's a 3-seater sofa, but however we got a 2-seater sofa. So we'll again go into AD center and hit enter. And again click on the home tab and EN-US Design Center. And let us select Home Space Planner. Blocks. Here let's take this table lamp. So we bring the table lamp and then we again home tab, EN-US Design Center, House Designer, Blocks. So here also we don't get the double seater, so the triple seater. So again, home center, EMUS, design center, and we select home space planner, blocks, and here you get a 3-seater sofa. So we bring this over here and then we close this. Now we move this to this location and then we copy it and then we press escape and rotate it. And then we move it like this and press escape. If there's an extra copy, just erase it. Now we want to place the dining table. The unwanted parts, we'll just delete them. We don't need this. We don't need the plant. Now we need the dining table. So we select it and move from center. We move it to this location over here. Then we will move this table lamp. We select move from here. We move it over here. Now we have to place the one more queen's table in this bedroom as well. So we'll copy this. So we select this and we select copy and we select this and we move it to the new location over here and press escape. And we also copy the table lamp from here to this new location over here. Now we'll place the toilet. So we select this, press enter, and we'll first rotate it, hit enter, specify the base point, turn the ortho on. We'll undo it once, again do it. We'll just zoom it, rotate, select the object, hit enter, specify the base point and turn the ortho on and rotate. Now move this to the new location. So move, select the objects, hit enter and the base point and the new location. Turn the ortho off and place it there. Then we want to place the bathtub. So we'll first rotate the bathtub, rotate, turn the ortho on and then move it. Turn the ortho off. And move it to the new location. Now we also need this sink. I think we have not taken this sink, so let's take it again. So we type AD center, hit enter and We again click on the Home tab and ENUS Design Center, and we select House Designer, Blocks, and from here we'll select this oval sink, bring it down, close it, and move this over here. Now we have to place the kitchen gadgets over here. So first we'll create a platform. So we select line, we select from here. So let's select endpoint and then click over here. Then track it down 3 feet, hit enter. Then from there, turn the ortho on and let's go just perpendicular. So we type PER perpendicular to this and hit enter. And then we'll create one more platform from here. So line, again endpoint of this, and let's turn the ortho off and let's type 3 feet and hit enter and turn the ortho on and let's go perpendicular to this line and hit enter. Now we can trim the unwanted line. So our kitchen platform is ready. Now here we'll first place the double sink. So we select this, we click on move, click here, turn ortho off and place it here. Then we want the cooking range. So we select this and move. And bring it to the desired location you prefer and click over there. Finally, we want to place a fridge over here, a refrigerator. So select this and first rotate it and turn the ortho on, turn the ortho off, move, select the object, hit enter, click over here and bring it to the new location over here. Maybe you can move it a bit to keep some space for the wiring. And we can keep it here like this. Now we'll break the platform. So we draw one line. We'll go up from here, maybe 4 feet. And from there, let's do again line from here, go upward 4 feet, hit enter. And from there, draw a line perpendicular to this. And then you can just trim this line because this is an open area for the fridge. So trim and click on this line, hit enter. The open area for the fridge, and you can still move it like this. So our kitchen area is done. Our dining area is done. Our drawing room is done. Bedroom 1 is done. Air vent is done. Toilet is done. Bedroom 2 is done. Now, next we are going to place the text. In order to place the text, click on the layer drop down and select text. Now we'll type the text over here. So here in the home tab in the annotation panel, you have the multi-line text. Click on that and then click over here and draw one rectangular block like this. And in the block, you can type bedroom 1. So we type bedroom space 1 and click on close text editor. If the text is coming too tiny compared to the other objects, then click on the annotation tab and click on ISO-25. Click on modify and use overall scale. Here you change it to 3. Click on OK and click on close. Now let's just try again. Text and we draw one window and here we type bedroom space 1 and you can select the text from here as well and change the size from 2 inches to 6 inches. Hit enter and close text editor. So this looks better. Bedroom 1, you want it still bigger, double click on it, select it and instead of 6 inches make it 7 inches. Hit enter, close text editor. Let's make it 2 points bigger. So 9 inches and close the editor. Now we'll copy this text at different locations and then just edit them. So select bedroom 1, select copy, select base point, move it where you want air vent written, move it where you want toilet written, move it where you want bedroom 2 written, kitchen, dining area and the drawing room. Press escape and now you can edit it. So double click here and instead of bedroom 1 change it to air vent and close the text editor. Double click here, instead of bedroom 1 change it to bedroom 2 and close the text editor. Double click here, instead of bedroom 1 change it to toilet and close the text editor. Double click here and change this to kitchen. Close the text editor. Double click here and change this to dining area. And close the text editor. And finally, double click here and change this to drawing room. And close the text editor. Now our furnitures are also done and text is also done. Now we are left with only dimensioning. So we'll go into the home tab layers panel and change this to dimension layer. Now here you can see how the dimensions are there. So we'll start the dimensioning. We'll select horizontal dimensioning. We'll select end of this and end of this room and the new location where we want it. However, you can see the dimensions are coming different and the end arrows are also in a different format. So annotation and click on dimension style, click on modify and click on symbols and arrows. Click over here and select architectural tick. So you get this kind of tick. Then click on primary units. Here you select architectural. So it will come feet and inches. And let's click on OK and close. So you get it this way. And if you want to get rid of the decimal point, so again you can click on annotation, click over here, click on modify, and here you have precision. You select 0 and select OK and close. Again click on annotation, click over here, modify, then precision is 0, round off is 0, unit format is decimal degrees, scale factor is 1, fit is correct, text is correct, symbols and arrows is also correct, and lines is also correct. Let's just take a look once at the primary units. It's architectural, its precision is 0, fraction format, let it be horizontal, decimal round of 0, apply to the layout dimensions, OK, and close. Again linear dimensioning, and you select from here to here and you click over here, so it comes on the same line. Again linear dimensioning from here to here and click over here, so it comes on the same line. Remember, this 6-inch difference is coming is because of the wall. If you take it like this, see, if I just delete this and I select horizontal dimensioning and specify this as the endpoint and this as the second endpoint, it will come perfectly like 22. Okay, and over here also I delete this and specify horizontal dimensioning, this as the endpoint and this as the endpoint, it will come perfectly 18. However, we want only the inner wall dimension. Hence, we are taking only inner wall to inner wall. So again, dimensioning from inner wall to inner wall and bring it here. So this is correct, 21 feet 6 inches. And again over here, inner wall to inner wall, 17 feet and 6 inches. Again dimensioning inner wall to inner wall, and it is 15 feet and 6 inches. Again dimensioning inner wall to inner wall and match this. 15 feet. And then again over here dimensioning inner wall to inner wall 11 feet 6 inches, and finally full dimensioning. So outer wall, sorry, inner wall to inner wall and 50 feet, and here also dimensioning inner wall to inner wall and 31 feet. And our geometry is now complete. So friends, in this tutorial we have seen how to make a simple house layout, insert furniture and do the dimensioning. Hope you have learned something new. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And also don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you get all the future updates reminders in the future. See you in the next video. Till that time, goodbye.